So, not only can the Doctor be a woman now, the Doctor can also be an animal. God, the world's going crazy. Hello guys, welcome, or if you've already seen my channel before, welcome back. I am the Philadelphia Whovian, and yes guys, we're talking about that thing called Doctor Who. There used to be a time when I said that thing, we're talking about that thing called Doctor Who, I was always just so happy, so interested, so like, oh yeah. But now, yeah, oh god. Okay, so guys, we are again talking about Doctor Who and talking about the latest little, stuff going around the internet right now about definite things that have occurred. And for those of you guys who somehow are out of the loop, I don't know if you possibly are, but we're in a world right now where a lot of change is happening very quickly, and as change naturally does do, change is something that is inevitable. No matter what you do, change is inevitable. But when it's change for the sake of change's sake, and not for the sake of change for the sake of improvement, that's when you've got problems. Right now, we've got a lot of changes happening in the world, and not for the better. And this is one of those. Alright, so, if you've been living under a rock, you know that right now the 13th Doctor is played by actress Jodie Whittaker, and it's the first time we got a female Doctor. But that got retconned technically within her own era, because then we get the Doctor who's played by actress Jo Martin, I believe. The actress name is Jo Martin, and she is a black actress who is playing the Doctor. So now Jodie Whittaker is not even the first female Doctor. It would be, but then again, even Jo Martin's not the first black Doctor. But she was never the first black Doctor for me when it came to a female Doctor being in Doctor Who who's also black. That will always go to Martha Jones when it comes to the show. I don't care that she's not a Time Lord. To me, Martha was the first black female Doctor, and to me, technically still is the main one. She did things as a woman of her own strength and abilities, not because she was a white guy turned to a black woman and then we call this progress. No, no, no. No, it's not that. And also, I said it before, I say it again, I'm not that crazy about the idea of, oh, look how progressive we are putting a black actress in the part of the Doctor during the time of another Doctor, and it's the white female Doctor who you're trying to get the ratings up, so you put the black female in there just to boost up the 13th Doctor's ratings, aka Jodie Whittaker. So basically, you're calling yourself progressive, but no, you're just using us black people to boost up the ratings of the white person who's not doing as well when it comes to ratings. Thank you for using us as a token. Again. Really, thank you for that. Can you tell the sarcasm in my voice? Tell the sarcasm in my voice. Sorry. Okay, so we know this. We know this, but then we find out later on, of course, Jo Martin, if you're going to go by the lore of it, she's not even the first black female Doctor, because it turns out the Timeless Child even retconned that. Now the Doctor is not even a Time Lord. Yes, the Doctor is a whole different alien species that it turns out the Time Lords used her ability to make themselves, in a sense, have regeneration. So the Doctor is the Timeless Child, who's another entity, not even a Time Lord or a Gallifreyan, if you will. It's another alien species that has the ability to regenerate, and we saw it regenerate from being a little black girl. Yeah. And so it can have multiple regenerations, so the Doctor can now have multiple regenerations. But then Russell T Davies had to come forward. Hello, Russell. Welcome back, buddy. Russell T Davies is a very beloved showrunner who renewed the show, or he brought the show back after it was on hiatus for quite a long time. And Russell T Davies is often hailed as the golden boy of Doctor Who, and he is the absolute best. Russell, I respect when you were good, but I admit, as you guys know from my channel, I never treated Russell T Davies better than any of the other writers who either were on his level or were better than him. Russell, this is no discredit towards you. I just treat things equally. I did not give you favors, and also, I'll be honest with you, the reason why I did not give you favors is because you are like every other head writer when it comes to New Who. You had your good sides, but you had your bad sides, and when your sides were bad, ooh, they were bad. Like, really bad. The choices that were made during your time, there were things I just didn't like. So I didn't have as much attachment to the idea of Russell T Davies being the absolute best showrunner of all time, that this new news that came forward knocked me backwards. It did not. It's the same way that the writer of what's the term called? Oh, sorry, the Human Nature, Family of Blood, that two-parter was literally excluding fans from a discussion that he was having because he did not want anyone coming on who did not agree with this new regime. And people were heartbroken because they loved that episode and they were so heartbroken that he did not include them, all because of the content of their channel or because they did not agree with his views about supporting the 13th Doctor. I was not that emotionally involved because I was never too crazy about the Human Nature two-parter, or Family of Blood two-parter, if you will. I respect what you've done, the writer you've done, but I never was so enamored with it, and as a result, I didn't feel as betrayed. Same thing goes here with Russell T Davies. What happened? Russell T Davies has now gone forward to do a little short where he embraced the idea of the Doctor having hundreds of faces when he, the 10th Doctor, went back and saw Novus Haim again. It's written in the text that the Doctors had hundreds of faces. But Russell T Davies has gone on even more to state that the Doctor not only can take on male and female form, but not even human form only. Doctor can also take on animal form when he or she regenerates, meaning the Doctor can now be an animal. Are you possibly angry too? I mean, guys, do you remember when Doctor Who, what its appeal was just telling a good story? That's it. That was Doctor Who's appeal. It was an alien from Gallifrey who's a humanoid with his companion, and it's all about seeing the Doctor and companion on these adventures together and what experiences they encountered and how they dealt with these experiences. That was the true essence of the show. The Doctor and companions landing somewhere in the TARDIS and trying to either help the situation that they've entered or trying to get out of the situation that they found themselves in. That's all it was. But now, it feels like everybody's rushing to the finish line of how can they bring a shock value. It's all about sensationalism. That's the gimmick now. It's about, again, a gimmick. It's not just about an alien with a companion on adventures. No, it's not about that anymore. It is literally about what can we do to one-up each other with who can, break, the mold in history or Doctor Who history the most, with what we can bring forward and shock people with about regeneration. Let's see, by changing the rules, how we are the more revolutionary one, how we are the pioneer of this, this, or this. It's all now sensationalism. It's all about supposedly making history as opposed to just making good stories. It's not about the storytelling anymore, it's about the gimmick. It's about how far can you stretch this idea? How far can you inject your own views into something that already worked and make it not work anymore? Because now it's not about if it works or not. It's all about making headlines, making the news. And it's all about trying to one-up each other with how quickly we can do that. This is just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is so freaking ridiculous. And but at the same time, a part of me is really happy. Because people thought I was, sometimes not on my channel, but people elsewhere thought I was paranoid for being worried about Chris Chibnall's regime and his run and thinking I was not giving it a chance. You know why I am happy in some ways? Because this just proved everything I was worried about. It proved it. And Russell T Davies, just jumping on this bandwagon, in some ways, Russell, you proved me right about you as well. I don't hate you all, but I just can't believe you're doing this. I really can't believe it. And you really don't see what you're doing. You really don't even see what you're doing. I'm speechless. absolutely speechless. What do you guys think? In this world we have now where there's so much censorship now of, okay, when it comes to people being angry at certain historic characters being absolutely atrocious people, okay, that's each to his own with that one. Even I have my certain historical characters I do not praise or respect at all, idolize. But when it comes to the media and the entertainment industry, this whole cancel culture thing going on right now, the idea of, canceling or getting rid of certain stories or episodes or shows because that show 35 years ago did not meet your standards now, it's all atrocious. But I'm not worried about that because we've all seen what happens here whenever there's this extreme level of censorship. We see how after maybe a year or two, it burns itself out, and people realize how stupid they were, and they go back and they fix all the mistakes that they did. But this was happening now with Doctor Who. I don't think it can be fixed. I just don't. The classic show ran for 26 years because it was based on the stories that were happening. Doctor Who is now on its 12th season of New Who. And once again, it's heavily in trouble. Heavily in trouble. At the time where the classic show was just hitting new peaks of awesomeness. We feel like we have just destroyed this franchise. Because we have. Because the franchise has been destroyed. But I can't. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Let me know in the comment section what you feel, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.